Now, if Pyongyang does indeed go ahead with any more rocket launches, the reclusive state will surely face even stronger sanctions from the international community, which is already mulling a never-before-seen kind of retribution for its recent nuclear test. Our foreign affairs correspondent Kwon Soa has more on the price the regime might pay should they go ahead with another missile test.
North Korea's ballistic missile tests violate UN resolutions, just as its recent nuclear test did. So if it really is about to test fire a missile, as recent reports suggest, the regime could be facing even heavier consequences.
There is a chance the international community could seek ways to ratchet up the sanctions against North Korea to a much higher level than they would for just a nuclear test. China could also strengthen its position.
That remains to be seen, though, especially as the U.S. and China, both permanent members of the UN Security Council, have so far failed to narrow the gap on the degree of sanctions that will be imposed, even after talks between U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry and Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi on Wednesday. On top of that, 5 of the countries involved in the long-stalled 6-party denuclearization talks have also failed to find consensus on a proposal made by President Park Geun-hye last week to resume the multilateral form without North Korea. The U.S. has expressed support for it, and China and Russia have dismissed the idea.
From the start, we knew that China and Russia have had a passive point of view when it comes to this issue. But due to the severeness the 4th nuclear test brings, now is the time when the 5-party talks need to be reviewed. As Foreign Minister Yoon Byung-se had mentioned, it's the path towards reviving 6-party negotiations.
Amid the multilateral efforts to curb North Korea's nuclear ambitions, the UN Security Council's 15 members are working on a new North Korea resolution for the recent nuclear test. While the general consensus on denuclearizing North Korea is there, with China and Russia on a different page than their 6-party counterparts, experts say it could be a while until new and stronger sanctions are adopted. Kwon Soa, Arirang News.